connections to the world. Empowering language on humanity. Let's bring the world of learning in one channel. Welcome to Business Annotations English TV.
Dear learners, let us pray first for the guidance coming from the Lord. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Another worthy day for all of us, dear learners. Before we proceed, we do hope that you had subscribed into our channel, DCBES MNHS English TV, so that you can have an easy access on our topics for each week. English 9 Quarter 2, Week 2 lesson is on making annotations. But before that, let us set the objectives of our lesson first. First, you are going to recognize the significance of making annotations. Significance is also importance, dear learners. Refine the importance of annotations in a story, condense the story and its content, and summarize the article using graphic organizer. Of course, it is being anchored with the most essential learning competency under the Department of Education, and that is making connections. Make connections between text to issues, concerns, or dispositions in life. There you go for our lesson 2, making annotations. Well, they say a picture launches 1,000 words. Now with the pictures, how many words can you address to this illustration? So from here, we can see trees, a bridge, a reflection of the bridge in the water, very clear water, and blue skies. Of course, only one picture, but there are thousands of words. That is making annotations. So let us first define what is an annotation or annotating. Annotating make marks on the text. It is not simply highlighting appealing words or sentences, though you will most likely end up highlighting the entire selection. There are 4 major benefits of annotating. First, it makes you more engaged in the material. Especially our dear learners, we are going to create more highlighting when we see engaging words in a material we are reading. Number 2, it slows your reading that helps you to focus on details and have better retention and comprehension. Of course, with annotating, you can fully understand the things that you are going to read. Number 3, it helps you process what you are reading. Number 4, it records textual evidence for later reference. You may even note your questions for further research. There are also some added annotation strategies. Number 1, you are going to circle any unfamiliar words, then look them up and write down the definition. Of course, we are very familiar with this. We are circling an unfamiliar words, then afterwards, we are going to look for the definition of the word, and that is an annotation. Number 2, use question marks to indicate areas of uncertainty. Especially our teenagers today, there are many questions to ask, so you are going to mark it. Number 3, use exclamation points to indicate something dramatic or a key turning point. You know that when you see that there is, there are those, so you may see that while reading. And number 4, use stars to indicate anything that seems important, such as themes, symbols, and others. Circle character names anytime they are introduced for the first time, especially when you are reading very long story. You are going to see, you are going to look, you are going to find out who are those characters. Number 6, keep a list somewhere, maybe on the inside cover of all the characters and their traits. Number 7. Write your notes in the margins, on sticky notes, or in a separate notebook, or in any scratch paper which is clean. Number 8. You are going to paraphrase or summarize each chapter after you finish reading it. Number 9. Write down any questions you have about the text, either questions you are willing to wait to find out the answers or questions you want to ask to your teacher. Number 10. Use a color-coded system if that type appeals to you. So it depends on your preferences. And number 11. Give each chapter a title for your own reference. Now, dear learners, it seems to be you are going confusing. You are confused. You are going to confuse. What is this all about? Well, this is an example of an annotating or an annotation. So you may see lines, you may see circles, you may see important lines, characters. This can help you to create an example of an annotation. Yes, there you go. Another clear example of annotation in a poem. So you see, there are circles again, there are underlined words, there are written lines, there are written words, there are circles. All of these are an example on how you are going to create an annotation in a poem. Well. For your learning task, you are going to read a short story entitled The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. Yes, you heard it right. Magi. It is not Maggie, it is not Maggie, but it is Magi. Spells M-A-G-I. Magi. We are going to find out who are these Magi. It is written by O. Henry. But O. Henry is just a pen name of William Sidney Porter for his own safety reason. So when you see O. Henry as a writer, you will also know that O. Henry is just a pen name of William Sidney Porter. So William Sidney Porter, or O. Henry, is a short story writer and had received many awards and recognition. Well, note for you, dear learners, the tale of this story is also written in your module on pages 12 to 15 for your reference. The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. I hope you are going to find time in reading this so that I can simply give you some important notes about this. So with this slide, I am going to give you the definition of the word penny. A penny is a coin representing 1 penny or a monetary unit. So the next time you see this, you may already know that that is a monetary man. Well, for this slide, I have going to give you the definition of the word couch. A couch is a place to lay down or sleep or rest. And each and every one of us has this couch in every home or in our home. Next important note, important word is the word vestibule. What is this vestibule all about? A vestibule is a passage, a hall, or room between the outer door and the interior of the building. So after reading this, you already know what is the meaning of the word couch and vestibule. For this slide, the important word or unfamiliar thing is the word agile. Agile means the ability to move with quick, easy grace. It has something to do with the athlete, their being agile or the agility. Then, there is the word fence. A fence is a barrier intended to prevent escape or to mark a boundary. So I think you know already what is this fence all about. Every home, most of our home, has this already for our protection. For the next slide, the most important thing, words, is the word rippling. Rippling has something to do with to flow in a small waves. Rippling has something to do with on oceans, on rivers, and many other bodies of water. Then we have the word cascade. Cascade has something to do with the arrange or occurred in a series. Next slide. There is one important word here which is very difficult. The word is meretricious. Meretricious means falsely attractive. Not ugly, but falsely attractive. That is meretricious. Then on the next slide, I am going to give you the definition of the word prudence and peculiar. Prudence has something to do with the ability to govern or manage. Then peculiar has something to do with characteristic different from the usual or normal thing. Then for the next slide, the word I am going to give you is wriggle. What does that mean? Wriggle means to move by twisting and turning. Then we have the word awful. Awful means objectively, extremely disagreeable. Then for this slide, the important thing is the word nimble. What does nimble mean? It is marked by quick, alert, or clever conception. Then the word bosom. Bosom means the emotions and intimate feelings we had. And of course, for the last slide, I am going to give you the word tumbled and manger. Tumbled means to fall suddenly and helplessly. And manger, it is a box or place to hold or feed. Manger, where Jesus Christ was born. Well, dear learners, let us do some exercises. This is your learning task. Using the selection of the gift of the Magi, we are going to accomplish the graphic organizer for further understanding of the text. So you are going to rewrite the graphic organizer in your paper and simply answer this. The gift of the Magi, what I noticed while reading, what I wonder about while reading, and how I connect to the text. And so, after doing the graphic organizer, let us answer the following questionnaires for further comprehension. Number 1. Who are the characters in the story? Number 2. Why did the characters sell their most valuable items? Number 3. What are magi? Number 4. How will you relate the story to your personal experiences? Number 5. How will you relate the story to the account on the 3 magi in the story of the birth of Jesus? And number 6. Does the world need more magi? Explain what life lessons can be derived or learned from the given story. That's it, dear learners. We have almost finished the lesson with ease and full comprehension of the topic. So again, what is an annotation? What are magi? And what are the different kinds of annotations to be used in making your reading skills more worthwhile? Well, dear learners, for our reflection, I want you to reflect on what you have learned on this lesson about listening by completing the statements below. Number 1, I realized that. So, what are your realization about the lesson we have been through? Number 2, I need to learn more about, of course, on the story. And number 3, I still need the help of my teacher in, of course, we are very willing to help you. Thank you for listening and happy learning, dear learners. See you on our next learning session. Stay safe!